Oh, that's alright. Will you start? And then I can just
Okay,
fill
welcome
in.
back. Last time we were just getting ourselves to Riften, sorting out a few things, and then we of course finished the last quest, and we received a blessed steel dagger, which wasn't very good. Let's speak to
Word on the
Brynjolfur.
street is that poor Sabjorn has found himself in Whiterun's prison. How unfortunate for him. Exactly.
Yes, not good.
Now you're beginning to see how our little system works. Maven sent word that you discovered something else while you were out there. Something important to the guild? And this is beyond coincidence. First Arengar, and now Sabjorn. Someone's trying to take us down by driving a wedge between Maven and the guild.
Well,
Okay.
Mercer thinks he knows a way to identify this new thorn in our side. He wants to meet with you right away. And if I were you, I'd hurry. I've never seen him this angry before.
He's always angry.
Oh, I do hope we will find a copy of Tamriel Flora Illustrated. I wonder where a book about farmer ears came from. It might be a good place to look.
Here's in this Thieves Guild area. I didn't find this. There's all these training chests. Interesting. And free steel arrows as well. Just what a thief needs. In Oblivion there's a very similar archer doing all their training. What is this place? There's a very similar
like
place
this
for people to do
but I wouldn't trust anyone here.
archery, and well, the funny thing was is in Oblivion of course the weapons degraded over time, so after a while of coming back and forth, the guy's bow would completely degrade, so he would just stand there instead of actually doing anything.
She often goes there to visit a friend who owns the hag's
What I'm
cure.
going to do, before I speak to Mercer Frey, I'm going to go to the alchemist shop. I'm going to see if there's going to be a copy of Tamriel Flora Illustrated. Come on, open.
My mum always says I should study more, but my father says too much reading is bad for the eyes.
I noticed that dark elf wandering around. He must have finished his little spell in jail, not her.
If you're looking for a handout, you'll want to speak with my husband.
Who's she?
visiting Riften? All are well.
Okay,
The Temple of Mara.
she's just fiddling with bottles. There he is,
Pleased to meet
Branchet.
Can I interest you in some fine goods from Morrowind?
No, because I framed you. Haha.
You should hear some of the songs by
Yeah, he gets out after a week.
They are.
Unless you're in an unpatched version, apparently, where he stays in jail forever. Here's the alchemist shop. Elgrim's elixirs. In here you'll find Maven Blackbriar's daughter, who gives you some additional missions.
Give a holler if you have any questions.
Hello, old woman. What have you got? Anything for me to steal?
This place has seen better days, but it's not my fault.
I don't care. So, what have you got for sale?
Ah, so you're an alchemist then?
Okay, there's a potion, cure disease potion recipe. It's only 24 gold. I'll take that. And let's see if there's a small pearl. Highly doubt it. No, there is not. There's tap roots, of course, that I need, but I can buy them anytime. Let's just pick up one, just in case we need. We find a small pearl on our travels. I'll take that. Any books for us to buy? So no copies of Tamriel Flora Illustrated here. So we've checked out
Don't forget us if
this
you need
shop,
supplies for
so
your
we
journey.
can't find anything here. And we've checked out Whiterun. There's not a book over there. It'd be a lot easier if there was a phone or the internet then you could find out exactly where to go. But since we're here, we'll get that mission from Sir Frey.
Gems, potions, exotic ingredients, I have them all.
Apparently he sounds very angry. Don't want to mess with him. It is interesting how you can tell who the bad guys are right from the start. There's hardly ever a situation where you find out in a video game is that the nice person turns out to be a bad guy. There's no movie style twist in the end. Hello,
No time
Brynjolf.
for idle chatter. Mercer is awaiting your presence.
Who are these guys?
Sure, we can talk.
They are water wading people. Okay.
Ah, there you are.
Hello, Mercer.
I've consulted my contacts regarding the information you recovered from Golden Glow Estate, but no one can identify that symbol. I've consulted my contacts regarding the information you recovered from Golden Glow Estate, but no one can identify that symbol.
Okay.
It would seem our adversary is attempting to take us apart indirectly by angering Maven Blackbriar. Very clever.
Clever or not, maybe. Well, okay. Clever or not, they need to
Don't
die.
dismiss our adversary so
I
easily.
don't like this place.
They're well
I
funded,
wouldn't trust anyone
patient,
here.
and have been able to avoid identification for years. However, don't mistake my admiration for complacency. Our nemesis is going to pay dearly.
How can we make them pay?
Because even after all their posturing and planning, they've made a mistake. The parchment you recovered mentions a Godjal lie. According to my sources, that's an old alias used by one of our contacts. His real name is Gulamai. Slimy bastard.
Okay.
Gulamai is our inside man at the East Empire Company in Solitude. I'm betting he acted as a go-between for the sale of Golden Glow Estate and that he can finger our buyer. Get out there, shake him down, and see what you come up with. Talk to Brynjolf before you leave if you have any questions.
Right, Gulamai. I don't think we need to speak to Brynjolf. Oh, he's just here, so we'll just have a quick chat with him.
I can't believe Gulamai is mixed up in all this. That Argonian couldn't find his tail with both hands. Trouble. Huh. He's one of the most stubborn lizards I've ever met. You have your work cut out for you.
How do I get him
going
to
to have to
talk?
buy him off. It's the only way to get his attention. If that fails, follow him and see what he's up to. If I know Gulamai, he's in way over his head, and you'll be able to use it as leverage.
He's gonna owe us.
He does indeed. And with his fingers in the East Empire Company's pie, we'll make good use of that debt. If I'm not being clear enough, that means we don't want him killed. For now, just keep on his tail and he's bound to step into something he can't scrape off his boot.
While we're here, maybe we could practice our skills in the training hall.
Do we need to find anything else out from him? We could ask about the East Empire Company.
A mercantile group that has established ports all over Tamriel. They pretty much dominate the whole shipping industry. The Emperor himself supposedly backs them, which means they have fairly unlimited resources, so don't get their feathers in a ruffle.
If I get
Just
information
head right
from
back
him,
to the
then
guild
what?
and get the information
Okay,
to
fair
Mercer.
enough.
Nothing else is more important. If you discover Gulamai's holding out on us and has more loot stashed away than he claims, we'd find that information quite valuable as well.
Alright, not too much else to find. We obviously need to go back to Solitude, or to Solitude, because we haven't been there before.
My brother in crime. What do you need?
I like it when there's an NPC nearby. What happens is that they get dragged along with whichever door you go to. Quite useful when you're fighting enemies, of course.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Grelka.
I want to get a slightly better shield. My shield is pretty shoddy. Maybe it's because my block skills are so bad though. Whenever I block with a shield, I tend to lose a lot of health as well. So we'll take a carriage over to Solitude. That's quite close to Oostengrab as well, which is one of the places where we need to go for our mission, our main mission, so it's quite handy.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off.
So cheap, 20 gold.
Guess what? I have found one of the ingredients I was looking for.
Good for you. I only need one more.
First time to Solitude?
It is.
Beautiful old city. Capital of Skyrim, but I'm sure you already knew that.
It is. It is. I think it's the most attractive. Well, maybe Markarth is a slightly better looking city. But Solitude is, I guess it's more of an imperial looking city. Something where you would expect the Empire to have a strong presence. Somewhere where you would want to live anyway. If you lived here. 'Cause I wouldn't want to live in Skyrim, that would be awful. Right, so here is Solitude.
What a lovely day it is today.
Up there. The docks are quite close by, I think. Stables down here. Guillemai is apparently in Solitude, so he's not by the docks. I can't remember if I loaded up Solitude Docks mod, which expands the size of the docks in Solitude.
If we just ask around, I'm sure someone will give us.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Ricker. If not, just keep your nose clean while you...
It's not wrecked like Whiterun is. There's a decent blacksmith here as well who should sell us some decent equipment if we need it. And here's a cutscene.
Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Sorry, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
Get on with it!
You betrayed us.
I'm hungry and I'm thirsty.
You should tell her that her uncle
I think we should go to an inn and have a nice meal.
Best she know now.
Yeah, absolutely. What is this place?
Get on with it!
You helped Ulfric Stormcloak
Some
escape the
odd
city
tower.
after he murdered High King Torrig. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder.
You shouldn't
Ulfric
use
challenged
magic when you're near a
I
ship.
get the best view from up
They will
here.
just ask you to make them invisible.
Such is our
And
way.
if you do, their
Such is
mothers
the
will
ancient
hate
custom
you.
of Skyrim and all Nords.
Oops. Oof. Didn't take too much damage.
On this day, I go to Sorengard.
I'll try and talking to him. Doesn't say anything. Still doesn't say anything. After a while his body disappears. What's he got on him? Amulet of Talos. It's quite handy. I'll take that. Reduces your shout time. Now we want to find ourselves an alchemist. This looks like an alchemy thing. Angeline's Aromatics. It's more of a perfume sounding place, I know, but it's an alchemy place.
I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. You're a traveler, correct?
Yes.
Have you been to Whiterun?
Yes.
Oh, well,
No.
it was a long shot.
Yes,
Ah,
that's
so
true.
you're an alchemist then.
No, it's only going to be a courier mission. You don't have a Tamriel Flora illustrated either. Slaughterfish scales. Spriggan sap. So no book that we wanted. Only got a couple more cities to go and search in.
Don't forget me next time you need herbs and potions.
Well, Vilja, we're not going to be able to find your book. We've gone to 3 cities to look for it. Now all we need to do is find this Argonian guy. He's pointing to the pub here. The Winking Skeevers, I think, are the best pub in Skyrim. Best, what would you call it, a pub or a bar?
Seems there's always more to be done.
Tavern, that's what you'd call it. It's got the most character here anyway. Biggest place. Reminds me of a Weatherspoons, a giant Weatherspoons. Where is that Argonian? There you are.
When I was working at the Wings
So, what do we have
told me
here?
about Rogmir, that he was
Let
a
me
mean
guess.
bully.
By your scent,
Maybe
I'd
he
say you
was
were from
that.
the guild. But that
Did he
can't be
deserve to
true,
be
because I told Mercer I wouldn't deal with them anymore. I don't deal in land or property. Now, if you're looking for goods, you've come to the right person. Oh, wait. Did you say Golden Glow Estate? My apologies. I'm sorry to say I know very little about that
Whatever you
bee
do,
farm, was it?
Don't ask Coppolas about the name
Maybe
of the
I
inn.
did, maybe I
You
didn't.
act as the broker
I
for
can't be
its new
expected
owner.
to remember every deal I handle.
It's quite a big... Well, I've got such poor persuasion skills. What would it take to identify the
Well,
buyer?
now that you mention it, there is something I've been trying to get my hands on.
What
I
makes
have a
this
buyer
smell?
looking for a case of firebrand wine. There just so happens to be a single case in the Blue Palace. Bring it to me, and we'll talk about Golden Glow Estate.
Fair enough. We have to go and steal something now. From a palace. Good thing they allow you just to wander around in the palace though. They're quite happy to do that. This is why Solitude's the best city, I think. Just looks beautiful. The whole thing looks beautiful. Potato farm on the side.
Try to hide it all you want. I know you're in the Thieves.
And you've got this massive avenue. Bard's College is here as well.
You help me. You help people, right? That's what you do.
There's an NPC
There
shouting for me to help.
here, to say the least. Don't you think so too?
Of course, that's another mission that we could possibly go on. This is the Blue Palace. Hi. Here is the old seat of Skyrim. Now it's ruled by the... Well, it's ruled by the... Well, there used to be the old king that, of course, got killed by Ulfric Stormcloak. And now his wife's in
This
charge.
is an impressive place. Don't you think so too?
Just save that, just in case someone sees me. No one seems to be too concerned that I could just wander in here. Carry a case of... I suppose I'm concealing that case of firebrand wine quite well on my person. And then walk out again. Pretty shoddy security, I've got to say. I think that's what might be magic about the Thieves Guild armor though.
Skeevers got warm beds and cold meat.
You can just fit anything in there. Couple of kids here. Yeah, there was an NPC earlier, and that NPC, if you speak to him, gives you a quite cool mission to run in the Blue Palace. This is him. That's the old madman. It's actually a Daedric type quest.
If you need potions, head over to
Greta's
Anthony's
daughter. As many sweet rolls as he could afford. Poor thing. She really hates fish.
I tried giving Vilja a sweet roll. She doesn't really appreciate it if you put it in her inventory.
I'm not interested, Jari. It doesn't matter how many times you ask.
That was a bit of a courier quest. Not particularly difficult anyway. Let's give him the wine and see if he's happy with me.
Wouldn't it be nice to just talk a little, you and I?
Hand it over, and we'll talk.
Anytime.
Yep, okay, she just got it in the way. Have the wine.
Good. Can't have the buyer getting impatient and looking elsewhere for this, can we? Here, take this. I certainly can't use it, but I suppose I need to pay you something for the goods.
You're trying to bribe me now?
Not at all. I consider it an investment in prolonging my life. As far as Golden Glow Estate goes, I'll tell you what I know. I was approached by a woman who wanted me to act as the broker for something big. She flashed a bag of gold in my face and said all I had to do was pay Arangoth for the estate. I brought in the coin and walked away with her copy of the deed. Not at all.
So we're after some woman.
I tend not to ask too many questions when I'm on the job. I'm sure you understand. However, I did notice she was quite angry, and it was being directed at Mercer Frey.
That's not much
In this
information.
business, we rarely deal in names. Our identity comes from how much coin we carry.
I could trust him.
Look, that's all I know. I never promised you I'd have all the answers. Now, since our transaction is done, I'll be on my way.
Completed. I've completed my mission on him.
Our
Now, of
business
course, I
is
can now
concluded, and you're
follow him.
standing in my way.
Now I'll subtly sneak after him. I think if we...
I'm so clumsy.
I think if basically he sees us,
This is an ode to Skyrim.
then the mission fails. So we need to
The Imperials.
follow him from quite a distance to see where he goes. Well, he's obviously gone outside. Unfortunately, he walks very slowly. We're gonna stalk him in broad daylight, because we've got no other choice, of course, because it is daylight now. We can't exactly wait until night time. If that was possible, of course, that would be extremely unrealistic. I wouldn't put it past this game, though, if you waited 10 hours and he'd still just be outside the door.
Gotta keep my eyes open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time.
Well, is that him up ahead? That looks like him up ahead. So we're just gonna sneak away and follow him.
What was that?
He doesn't look like an Argonian.
I could have sworn I heard something right behind us.
Lydia, what are you doing? You're gonna get on your horse? And now what are you gonna do? This is not subtle. Lydia, this is not subtle at all.
Everything's all right?
Oh, my housecarl is an idiot. That's just the least sneaky thing you could possibly do. And she's actually riding Bruce, not her own horse. Okay, let's just sneak down here. That must be very uncomfortable to sneak like that all this way. That doesn't look like him. That's an Imperial or some sort of guard anyway. Like a Solitude guard. This is the docks area. Of course, he is a employee of the Thieves Guild, or ex-employee of the Thieves Guild, and works for the East Empire Company, so you'd expect his little base or hideout to be here. So perhaps we'll find his office, or somewhere at least that will help us. Right, she's still on her horse. I do like Skyrim and its odd comedy, like for instance the buckets on people's heads you can use to subtly steal things. That is pure comedy, and Lydia sneaking around on her horse. There he is, he's just hanging out over there. There's some sort of boy talking to him as well. There's 2 Argonians. I suppose this is a good place for them to work since they can breathe underwater. They'd make the best sailors. There's Deja. I can't pickpocket this boy, he probably doesn't have anything.
Watch the
Aquila
skies,
Sarius. Hi there.
What is it? Dragons?
So we have to go in here. So we are hidden here, or detected for a while. That guard's probably watching us. I don't know who's got an eye on us. Better not be that horse. I can't see anyone who can possibly see us. Well, we'll just wait here. There was a point where we were hidden. Maybe if I just hide behind this. I'll tell Vilja to get down from that horse, that might help. I can't even speak to her. Lydia, sorry.
I've got your back.
Oh, I can't even tell her to wait here. Well, let's save it here. If that guard decides to go and get me, then he actually does have eyes in the back of his head. And I'll reload from that point. Well, I got 5 bounty added for that. Of course I'll be able to get Thieves Guild person to pay me off, but perhaps we have to wait until night time.
My eyes open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time.
It's probably because it is in the middle of the day. Let's find ourselves a bed.
Safe, I hope.
Probably a bed around here, isn't there? No.
Guess what? I have found one of the ingredients I was looking for. Isn't that great?
Sorry, I was lost in thought. I'm planning my
Can't get out
wedding.
this way.
So many details to work out.
Get out the way. Horsey. Now I'm stuck. Now I'm really stuck. Now Lydia's backed me into a corner. This is revenge.
This is nice. Don't you think so?
I don't think this is nice. Okay, Lydia, you're gonna have to
I've got your back.
wait here.
As you wish, my thane.
Right, we're gonna have to shout her out of the way.
You will be so dead.
What do you need?
You will be so
So Lydia's
dead.
trying to kill me now.
All you've got?
Uh-oh. Did I scratch your face? You don't scare
So
me.
two invincible people fighting each other. Let's see who wins.
Someone do something!
Bear in mind that Lydia's supposed to be this fighter. Of course they're fighting behind these cabinets. What is going on?
Ha ha! Come on, show me how brave you. Help!
Now you'll pay!
No, she's actually after me.